Good morning, Lobster Crew. It's Friday, motherfuckers. We out here for them coffeeins, them memesins. Oh yes. Facebook crew, what are you doing? Get to the YouTube link in the description. YouTube link in the description. Oh yes indeed, you see them all pouring in. Facebookers, come on. I see ya, Facebookers. Head on over to that YouTubes I keep hearing so much about. There they are. So there's no music at all going through the Facebook stream. Basically, I'm just playing John Cage's 4 minutes 55 or whatever it's called. Just on repeat. Emmanuel Graff in the chat. He says you want to do a collab. Let's do a collab right now. How about this? When I say Mampy, you say Swift. Mampy. All y'all new Facebookers on the YouTubes. Facebookers on the YouTubes. Make sure you hit that subscribe. And we won't have to go through this ridiculous system again. That little number's Minimal Instinct by Kirill. It's on Critical. Well, I think so. Yeah, probably. Most of the good stuff is these days. Come on. You know I mean it. Locked. Yee-hoo. Go on, Facebook, sort it out. Yeah, Minimal Instinct by Kirill. That's a fine bloody record. Ladies, gentlemen, sisters, brothers and others. It's 3 minutes past the hour. On 3 minutes past 10 on the 14th of December 2018, the Chinese Year of the Dinger. And you're in tune, ladies and gentlemen, to Coffee and Memes. Yeah, you bloody know it. It is 4 minutes past 10 and you are locked in to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that, it puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Hello and welcome to Coffee and Memes, live on Threshold.fm, live on YouTube, partially live on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hit the YouTube link, get over to where the real shit's going down. Fuck the Zuck, don't get cucked by the Zuck. Too much Zuck will make you yuck. I think that's how the saying goes, ladies and gentlemen. Got a lot of, there's some good bits in today. A woman who has married a ghost of a 300-year-old pirate is regretting it. Unlucky man, 70-year-old man spends 12 grand on penis filler. Sex robot news, a little bit of catch up on our friend Unicole Unicron, who has started a consent-focused robot brothel and is still out there looking like a 2013 High Rankin fan, quite honestly. What else? Mum snacks on cigarette butts and chalk due to bizarre condition. KFC selling logs that smell like fried chicken. Oregon legalising shrooms. Man of stuff. Lazy people have got an excuse. Apparently it's genetic. It's ridiculous. Boy with sex sheep. It's all going down. It's all going down. We've got an absolute bloody... got 16 in a clip and 1 in the hole when it comes to shoe throwers today, I tell you. Whoo! We'll crown shoe thrower of the week, of course. Got new inside info, new Shimon, new frags. I'm gonna play that D-Bridge record today. I promise you, I'm gonna play that D-Bridge record. People saying on Facebook that it's not even that bad without the music. Well, it's all personal preference, isn't it? It's all subjective. Right, look, let's get into some of this madness. Woman who was married to a ghost of a 300-year-old pirate issues warning after split. And people in Japan are marrying holograms. People in the UK are marrying ghosts of pirates, and you wonder why there are population problems. Irish Jack Sparrow impersonator Amanda Sparrow Large. Okay. This is supposed to be a double-barreled surname. Amanda Sparrow Large, 46, has told people to be very careful when dabbling in spirituality. Have you been ghosted by a ghost? The clue's in the name. A woman who is married to a ghost of a pirate has revealed that she split from her 300-year-old husband and has had to issue a warning. You can't even imagine the amount of bloody pirate Viagra you'd need to get it up when you're 300 years old. Irish Jack Sparrow impersonator Amanda Sparrow Large, 46, made headlines when she was legally married to a Haitian pirate by a shaman priest. I'd question the legality of that. You know, I mean, does she deserve are there still in this modern day and age tax incentives in the UK from being married? If so, I don't know if you deserve it for being married to a ghost, particularly shaman priest. My foot. Amanda said earlier this year she'd found her soulmate in the pirate of the 1700s who was executed for thieving on the high seas. See, also, another thing, he's a pirate. That's not... Okay, look, I don't want to lump all pirates in together. I'm sure that, you know, there are some nice pirates, you know, and they're not all like... You know, they're not all... Well, they were a bit pillagey, weren't they, the pirates, you know, traditionally. I mean, they're living a life of crime on the high seas. But, yeah, so he was... Look, you've married a ghost of a pirate who was executed for thieving. Don't go crying a mummy when he steals stuff off you, you know, and then ghosts you. They tied the knot in a boat off the Irish coast in international waters. But now the mum from really unpronounceable words in Ireland has revealed the unlikely union is over and warned that people need to be very careful when dabbling in spirituality. Well, where did this marriage to a pirate ghost go wrong? I'm keen to find out. Posting on social media, she said, "So I feel it's time to let everyone know that my marriage is over. I will, in all due course, explain. But for now, all I want to say is be very careful when dabbling in spirituality. It's not something to mess with." Pirates of the Caribbean superfan Amanda shelled out $6,000 changing her name and look, and worked for a time as a Jack Sparrow impersonator. Yeah, you got to have a side hustle, ain't you? She said her name change had her name changed by deed poll from Amanda Large and had replica tattoos. Dreadlock replica tattoos. Are they not? Or are they just tattoos? Or are they? Anyway, dreadlocks and gold teeth fitted to look like the character played by Johnny Depp. She now lives in Belfast and has announced in October that she was asexual, adding, "I always knew from a young age I was different. I grew up in a small village in Ireland and sexuality was taboo. Anything that was not heterosexual was never discussed." What about marrying ghost pirates? Amanda made headlines around the world after meeting her ghost Jack in 2014, who she appeared beside her as she lay in bed. She said he looked like the Pirates of the Caribbean character. His skin was dark black and he had jet black hair. Or so he tells me. Oh. You can't believe anything ghost pirates say. They're notorious liars. I told you it wasn't really cool. I wasn't really cool with having casual sex with a spirit, and I wanted us to make a proper commitment together. It's good, over the traditionalist. I wanted a big traditional wedding with a white dress. It was very important to me. Well, look, I'm sad that hasn't worked out, and I wish her the best of luck. With all her endeavours, be it pirate impersonation or otherwise. I think she seems like a nice lass. And God bless her. Right, look, how about this new one from Shimon? This is Shimon and Benny L. It's called Yeti.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something looks like a man. I don't know what it was, just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yep, trying to chase it. So whatever it was standing out. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh.
Lobsters.
Do you see him now?
Yeah. This is Yeti by Shimon and Benny L. It's on Bass Rush Records. Sean, the Bass Rush? It's a great new John Bass record label. It's got some hot joints on there. Some hot shit. I totally recommend it. It's got the Shimon, the Benny L. It's called Yeti.
I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. So whatever it was standing out. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside.
This is out today by all accounts.
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9". I don't know.
this. Yeti by Shimon and Benny L. It is out today on Bass Rush Records. And it's absolutely fine. You just can't find out wrong with that. Fine. Absolutely fine. Man, 70. Spends 12 grand on fillers to boost his penis size. He looks like a bit of a character. He's got a bowler hat on, he's got a little pair of gunties, and he's got a sort of shirt and tie. Let's get him up on the screen. He is a psychopath. What is he doing with his life? Well, you know, you're 70, you're in your sort of autumn years, aren't you? Maybe you're in your sort of winter months, I guess, at 70. Why not have your penis full of saline solution? Might as well. I bet he hangs out with that dude that wants to change his age so that he can pick up younger chicks on Tinder. Yeah, there he is. That's what he's looking for. That's the girth. That's very girthy. Dude, you're a 70-year-old man. Who you like? What you? Well, anyway, let's find out. Look, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now. Oh, there's a video of him. He looks weird, man. An elderly man has spent 12 grand getting fillers injected into his peen and has reached the maximum dose that doctors will inject. Yeah. Eric Bell, 70, says he's now hit the maximum amount of filler allowed and has a girth of 6 inches after undergoing multiple non-surgical procedures to boost the size of dick. Boost the size of dick. Okay, this is Claire Reid of Lab Bible, not known for her grammar. Boost the size of dick with hyaluronic acid. The retired nurse, who is currently single, says he's already signed up to a 6th procedure to ensure he doesn't lose any inches as the effects of the filler are only temporary. Damn. Speaking about the decision to pump up his peen, Eric said, "Most guys think of a needle down there with fear. When I initially went to talk to the doctors, I was apprehensive. But with the local anaesthetic, there was nothing to fear. I'll tell all the lads to go for it." I used to look down and instantly feel depressed that my peen was too small. I haven't been in a serious relationship before, but now I'm dating much younger women because I feel my confidence is sky high. Well, yep, fair play. The OAP reckons his sex life was negatively impacted by his naturally small manhood. Says that he was even prescribed Viagra at one point, but that he was still looking for a proper solution to the problem. Filler costs around 3 grand for 10 millilitres of the product. And he used to increase the size, particularly girth. Yeah, it's not going to add you extra inches in length, but it will increase your girth. And now I'm saying that maybe next year, you know, we'll have a Lobster Crew meet up. We'll all go and get it done. Be a bit of fun, wouldn't it? You know, all just, you know, fellas together. And then the female members of the Lobster Crew, they could just sort of judge to see whether or not they, you know, what, does that look any better? Nah, it's just Pie Willy now. Never mind. Okay, maybe next time. There's only a certain amount of filler that I can have before I reach the maximum. But now I have a successful dating life. I'm happy. Well, good for you, man. I was a nurse and wanted a non-invasive treatment that would work well. That's exactly what it's done. The women I've had sex with have since said they love it. Cool, man. This is win-win, really, isn't it? Eric is treated by a doctor at the Moorgate Andrology Clinic in Doncaster. More like Doncaster, am I right? And he says he's aware of the risks, but he's happy with the procedure. He added, people will make their own assumptions, but unless they've gone through it, they don't know. Doing the treatment has made me more confident and happier than ever. Good for you, man. I like you. I think you're okay by me, Eric. I'm not sure about your dodgy blue beard or your little pants, but, you know, it's up to you, man. That's the joys of living in a free society. You can wear the bluest beard you want and get pain injections. Yeah, fine by me, mate. Fine by me. Okay, look, sex robot brothel fundraiser falls flat after earning just 1% of its 123,000 target. Gutted. Founder Unicron envisioned Eve's robot dreams it would become the first consent-focused robot brothel in the world, but punters failed to cough up enough cash. This is the one where they wanted you to form a relationship with the robot on an app first, isn't it? Sex robot brothel was set to go down in history, but it has flopped as it did not reach its $155,000 fundraising target. However, her campaign for the venture accumulated just $2,659. Damn. Oh, this was the one where she was charging, like, wanted people to pay loads to take the robot's virginity. The world is fucked up, man. This is just...
It's appalling.
This is, God. The brothel was aimed to be aimed at those who have wild fantasies and want to explore without cheating. I consider sex with a robot cheating. I think when it's a fully lifelike one like these, that guy's still on the screen? Get rid of him. Honestly, I think my tolerance for sex robot news has gone down, actually. I don't know, I feel like there were a couple of weeks where it was all just fun and laughs and giggles and, oh, look at this, oh, that's hilarious, that's ridiculous. What will they do next? Now I'm just appalled by it. It's just so, oh, God. Damn. I still want to get Matt McMullen on the show. And for one punter who coughed up 10 grand for the campaign, there was the opportunity. Oh, look, he had sort of different goals that different tiers that you could come in at. It was for 10 grand. You had the opportunity to fly to LA for the opening party and to be the first person to take one of the dolls on a private and public date. God. This is, meanwhile, to have sex with one of the £11,000 robots and get to know her personality in a private curtain booth would set customers back $122. Unicole, who describes herself as a cult leader... previously insisted that the brothel would be respecting to robot rights and was keen to do so to avoid a robot rebellion in the future. All right, look, fine. Okay, if you want to try and negate the possibility of a future robot war, fair enough. But again, like I've said before, I feel like it might be a better option to spend your time. If campaigning for rights is your thing, maybe let's get all these human rights wrapped up first, and then we'll worry about the rights of inanimate objects. Oh no, the videos of people. That's too much for me. I'm definitely. You know, people are supposed to build up a tolerance to this sort of stuff. I've gone the other way. This is no. I need cleansing from hard drum and bass. Look, right here we go. This is Capsized by Frags. Frags, aka King of Portugal. Big band on Portuguese campus. The Porto Prince. He's just out here getting it done. This is on Cause for Concern Limited. They've got some new compilation album coming soon, which will be good. It's got some Frags on it, got some Barbarics, it's got presumably some Cause for Concern on it. Yeah.
Down with the shit, watch it capsize.
That is a really great record. Yeah. For me, it's between this and that Trey track for Shoe Thrower of the Week. Oh, maybe we'll play the Trey one next, and they can duke it out. Dueling bangers.
down with the ship, watch it capsize.
Yeah, man, that's Capsized by Frags. It is important to always get the right size cap when purchasing, so I would recommend trying caps on in the shop before purchase to make sure that the sizing is correct. Fucking hell, I'm a twat, aren't I? Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's Capsized by Frags. He's a good boy. I like him. He's the king of Porto. I've just anointed him. Blind Mystic, Baba Vanga. So she's got her 2019 predictions. She's been dead for 20 years, but hey, who gives a fuck? She foresaw 9/11 and Brexit. How about that? Baba Vanga, she sounds like a WWF wrestler. Oh, that's Papa Shango. She's known as the Nostradamus of the Balkans. She's claimed Vladimir Putin will be the target of an assassination attempt, while Europe will see economic collapse. Oh, well, that's a bit fun to look forward to for 2019. Let's get her up on the screen. This is our gal, Baba Vanga. She's just out here. She's just out here predicting the future and just getting shit done, you know, just seeing stuff. It is the archetype of the Greek god. I can't remember the god in question's name that gazed upon. I feel like maybe Aphrodite, or gazed upon Shiva while she was bathing, and it was a man, and so she cursed him, made him blind, then felt bad about it, so gave him the ability to see the future. Anyway, our Babs, Baba Vanga, she was blinded in a terrible accident, poor lass, but is now apparently has the gift of predicting the future. No lottery numbers, though, sadly. A blind mystic who predicted Brexit, the Twin Towers, and the rise of ISIS has given her forecast for 2018. Well, 2019. She hasn't. She's been dead for 20 years. Baba Vanga, has been dubbed the Nostradamus of the Balkans for her predictions, which seem to strike with eerie regularity. Conspiracy theorists
look into it.
Have long revered her prophecies on global events and natural disasters, despite her being dead for over 2 decades. Now it appears that she has foretold some life-changing occurrences for the next 12 months, including an economic collapse in Europe, bit of fun, and an assassination attempt of Vladimir Putin. Bit of fun. She reportedly believed the threat to Putin will come from inside his own security team, but did not specify whether the head of the state will die in the attack. That's a very specific prediction for someone who's been dead for 20 years. Where is this coming from? Is she just like some diaries or something that she'd left behind, or maybe she'd a time capsule, like one of those Blue Peter time capsule that they bury in the Blue Peter garden full of porn and alco pops. She thinks a mega tsunami, similar to the 2004 disaster, will strike Asia, while a meteorite will land in Russia. All right. Not only that, but Donald Trump will fall ill with a mysterious illness, leaving him deaf and suffering from brain trauma. Oh, he's suffering from brain trauma already.
Get your act together.
Sorry. Born Vangelia Gashatrova, Baba Vanga passed away in 1996, aged 85, but has already developed a noted reputation in her country of Bulgaria by the time of her death. I'll talk to Ku about this, see if he knows her. The clairvoyant was partially sighted, and the legend has it that she mysteriously lost her vision after she was caught up in a tornado during childhood. She reportedly made hundreds of predictions in her 50-year career, many of which were never written down. She shot to prominence worldwide after accurately predicting the sinking of the Kursk in 2000. She's got some pretty specific predictions here, but I'm not seeing a lot of quotes about what these predictions were, rather just like, oh, well, she predicted the Twin Towers and that. Her millions of followers believed that she had paranormal abilities, including telepathy and being able to communicate with aliens. Wow, she's got it all going on. She's the full package, isn't she? She is the full package. In 1989, she guessed that America will be hit by a terror attack by 2 steel birds. She said, horror, horror, the American brothers will fall after being attacked by the steel birds. All right, yeah, okay, I can see how you could connect those two. The wolves will be howling in a bush, and innocent blood will be gushing. I wonder what she means by the wolves. Baba reportedly prophesied in 2016 the 2016 invasion of Europe by Islamist extremists. Right, okay. A conflict she predicted that would begin with the Arab Spring. These are such, like, yeah, but where's the quote? Where's the actual prediction? You can't, this is from the Mirror. Like, I would understand if this was from the fucking Weekly World News or some nonsense website. But, I mean, is this just... Do the Mirror just print anything they want now? Is this, like, with no... it's a bit fun, isn't it? I guess. Hey, look, I got 5 minutes of content out of it. I shouldn't be arguing. Where are we? It also emerged that she predicted that Vladimir Putin and Russia will dominate the world. In 1979, during a meeting with writer Valentin Sidorov, Vanga said, all will thaw as if ice. Only one remain untouched, Vladimir's glory. Glory of Russia! Too much is brought in a victim. Nobody can stop Russia. That would be the sort of, 1979. That's just seems like a fairly reasonable thing to say. All will be removed by her from the way, and not only will be kept, but also becomes the Lord of the world. And, scientists have since calculated that 68% of her prophecies had come true, slightly less than the 85% claimed by her followers. Who are these scientists? Oh, no, sorry, I've actually misread that. Unsurprisingly, it's specialists. Okay, there's a strong difference there between scientists and specialists. Specialists have since calculated... You only work that out, the pocket calculator. Steel birds, that'd be 9/11. Yep, there's all this business about Russia. Yep, you give that one a tick. Brexit, yep, she said her prediction was that you cannot defy the will of the British people. Yep, that's a tick. She said Brexit means Brexit. Yep, another one. That's well done, Baba. Donald Trump, brain injury. Yep, we could probably tick that one off now. Oh, Babs, I think you're all right. You're okay by me. Nostradamus of the Balkans. I'd quite like to maybe Tom Robinson, not that one. If you could do the Big Bopper treatment on her, that would be pretty cool for the live stream. That'd be nice. Okay, look, let's play that Trey tune, which I mean, until we played that Frags one, I was pretty dead set that was going to be Shoe Thrower of the Week. But where are you? Come on. This is called Fool's Rush. It's on Viper. It's by Trey, and it's a fucking monster. All right, Babs, you've had your time. Come on. There you go. Damn! This is, yeah, I'm calling it, man. Frags, I'm sorry, I love you. But this is shoe thrower of the week. This is, this is Trey. Fool's Rush. It's on Viper. And this is the Coffee and Meme shoe thrower of the week. Damn!
As a fool for a client. Well, with God as my witness, I am that fool.
Yeah, man, that's too good. Oh, Liam in the chat there, spelling shoes in the correct fashion with an E, a U, and an X. I hadn't seen that. What was it? Shoes and jeans and shoes. Yeah, Twitter account. That's some funny stuff. That's some funny bits there. Anyway, Mum snacks on cigarette butts and chalk due to bizarre condition. Okie dokie. Mum of two has a rare condition, which sees her unable to resist eating cigarette butts and chalk. That is a bizarre condition. And you thought your diet was bad on the run-up to Christmas, eh? Ha 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 ha. 42-year-old Karen from Barnsley, South Yorkshire, has pica, a condition that gives people uncontrollable desires to eat non-food items such as soil, sponges, and in this case, cigarette butts. I'd never heard of that. That is a, that is a peculiar condition. Karen, who's registered blind, now chomps her way through 8 cigarette stumps a night, as well as around 250 grams of chalk a week. Man, that's peculiar. She first began craving chalk in 1997 when she was pregnant with her second child. But she says she has no idea what kicked it all off. I'm really embarrassed and I have no idea what triggered it, Karen said. It isn't so much the taste of the cigarette butts or the chalk that I like, it's more the texture and the crunch. And now my cravings are so strong that when I run out of chalk or don't have a cigarette at hand, I get quite agitated and my mouth begins to water. It's a real addiction. This is crazy. Karen is grown up, who has 2 grown-up daughters, 23 and 21, says she initially didn't act on the cravings. Yeah, well, it's a bit weird, isn't it? She explained, I had quite a late pregnancy, and towards the last few weeks, I remember getting this massive urge to grind my teeth, or something hard and chalky. I'd find myself fantasizing about old blackboard chalk that we had at school. It didn't stop there. In 2017, out of nowhere, Karen began to crave ciggy stumps. Thinking back to the first time she gave into the bizarre urge, Karen recalled, because of my blindness, I had to be very careful where I put my fag-ends so I don't burn the house down. It's responsible. In America, they give you a gun. I usually put them in a little tin filled with water so that they immediately extinguish. But one night, I was watching the telly and I thought, why not give eating one of these a try? You ever been sat watching the telly, just watching the X Factor, and like, quite fancy eating a cigarette butt. Again, it was the texture more than anything. The taste was pretty disgusting, very bitter and salty, but I like the crunch of them in my mouth. Why not try pistachio nut shells? That could be could be one. From there, the cravings got worse, and Karen is smoking between 60 and 80 cigs a day. So there's plenty of opportunity to indulge in her favourite snack. However, as a result of her nicotine-heavy diet, Karen's digestive system began to protest, and she was left with constant diarrhoea, which was enough of a prompt for her to cut back. Karen, who kept her cravings from her partner Andrew, eventually came clean and told him. He looked at me and thought I was a complete weirdo. And I don't really blame him. But he couldn't help me, and I was too embarrassed to go to a doctor, so I just kept suffering. No, go a doctor! Oh, don't suffer in silence. Oh, Karen. I think she's all right. You know, I think she seems like a canny lass, poor, strange, bizarrely afflicted. But he couldn't help me, and I was too embarrassed to go to the doctor. Unable to curb her cravings for cigarette butts, Karen's longing to eat chalk also made a reappearance in 2018. She explained, I was outside my sister's garden one night, smoking a tab, when a desire to have a nibble on a brick it just struck me. Scraped a bit off a brick wall with my nail and ate it. It was so satisfying, just the texture and feeling that I'd been longing for. This is weird, but Karen was aware that eating chalk would do her no favours to her already troubled digestive system, and it also contains elements of nickel and arsenic. So she went online and found a website that flogs natural chalk imported from Russia at a rate of £17 for 250 grams, meaning that she could eat as much as she fancied without worrying about getting sick. Thanks to the chalk, Karen was able to pull back on the amount of cig stumps that she was eating. That's cute, isn't it? She only consumes around 2 or 3 a day. Oh, God. I don't really want to tell people about it, especially not doctors, so now only my close friends and family know. In an article on the internet, she confesses, I recently discovered a Facebook page for people with pica. It's been really useful to me. It's nice to know that it's not just me out there. Makes me feel like less of a weirdo. So you're doing interviews and stuff. This is like the thing with the bloody Channel 4's embarrassing bodies. Like, if you're so embarrassed about it, why are you on national TV? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't understand the world anymore. Like, it's all sex robots and SoundCloud rappers. I just can't get my head around it. I am Abe Simpson now. I am. Who was it? Sam posted that thing in the Lobster Crew group of Abe Simpson angry at SoundCloud. That's just me. She is. No, I'm going to save that one for next week. It's too much. Okay, look, what have we got here? Let's play this D-Bridge bit. Where are we? This is Own the Town by D-Bridge. It's on that new compilation called Splinters, which I think is on Amit's label.
The young have captured this ancient island and taken command in a country where youth has always before been kept properly in its place. Suddenly, the young own the town. Suddenly, the young own the town.
This is a nice bit of gear. Yeah, this is definitely a smoker's tune, isn't it? It's called Own the Town by D-Bridge. It's on the Splinters compilation album with bits by Amit and a few others. Let's have a look. That's not having enough. New D-Bridge, it's called Own the Town. Definite coffee and memes thumbs up from that one. Yeah. Right, okay, come on, look, it's Friday, it's the last thing on a Friday. Let's get into it. Midwife earns $8.5 grand a year making placenta products, including smoothies. Warning, graphic images. Cara Noble, 23, from Melbourne, Australia. It's not real. Even sells face creams and keepsakes made from the afterbirth. You can get her up here. She's come on, Cara. Come on. Come on, don't fail me now, Mirror website. She earns $8.5 grand a year selling homemade placenta products. She's a midwife. Got to have a side hustle, haven't you? Got to bloody website, it's horrendous. There she is.
Hi guys, my name is Kira. I'm the owner of Kindred Postnatal Products. I'm just about to run out and deliver a package to a new mum at Sunshine Hospital here in Melbourne, and I just wanted to show you an example of what's going to be in her package. So today she's going to get 2 different kinds of capsules. That's what she's opted for. So there are 2 jars. And inside, I'll show you what the capsules look like. Okay. She's got half raw capsules and half capsules that are steamed with lemon, ginger and chili. So they're the traditional Chinese medicine. The second thing she's going to get in her package for free is a placenta print. The other thing that she's going to get that comes in a little pink bag is her cord keepsake. This one here I tried to make into a love heart. Now, so yes, it's a sort of heart-shaped, dried out umbilical cord. I think, look, let's talk about ownership and rights and stuff. I think the cord belongs to the baby, as does the placenta. Like, I think that's the baby's property, and I think it's an infringement on the baby's rights to be flogging it, basically. I mean, hey, this is a sweet deal for her. Yeah, she gets something. She gets some material, you know, the placenta or the umbilical cord. That's free, isn't it? She doesn't have to buy that in a stock. And then all she does is dry it out in a sort of heart shape and then sell it back to the mum. That is a fucking sweet business. Jesus, there's no costs in it. Wow, she's a smart girl. Like, that is, yeah, she's a canny one. Well done, Cara. I'm impressed. You should go on The Apprentice. You are literally dripping in business acumen. She's been collecting fresh placentas from new mothers, and at their request, for 2 years, she turns them into a variety of goods. Yeah, so there are sort of pills, turns them into pills. I mean, it's meant to be really good for you, but, I mean, so I can sort of understand that. I mean, you can make it as palatable as possible by putting it into a capsule that you wouldn't have to actually taste any of it. But the idea of the umbilical cord made into a little heart, like I know it's all natural and everything, but things that are all natural can also be very gross. Like, you know, your Todd. It's natural as it comes, but it's also really gross. It's, you know, it's not I'm not trying to stigmatise birth. Ridiculous. It's just, yeah, okay, well, you know, each their own, whatever. It's fine, isn't it? Her business grew after she started researching the benefits new mothers may experience from consuming the placenta. I buy into that. It's just a whole thing full of nutrients. That after launching her business, Kindred Postnatal Products in 2017, Ciara started raking in $8,500. That's like 2 million Australian dollars or something per year, selling her placenta products to hundreds of different women. The young woman who works full time as a midwife, runs her business on the side. She's smashing it. I'm impressed. With the extra income, she hopes to fund a dream holiday to New York City. Well, that's cute, isn't it? Blah! I mean, look, we've all had one attached to us at one point in time, and that's fine and everything. But you know, it just looks like a giant scab. It's not cool, man. Yeah, it's cool. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. She says, I first heard about the possible benefits of placenta encapsulation, which turns the placenta into a pill to swallow. After I heard about it when I graduated university, mate. I've provided my services to over 100 women so far, and I've had nothing but positive feedback, mate. It's fucking amazing. Honestly, I'm making a fucking pound note out of this as well. Basically, it's like just taking a load of stuff you're going to throw away, stuck and selling it back to someone. It's an absolute fucking gold mine. You know, anyone who's had birth's had one. You know, and loads of people have birth these days, so there's plenty of it to go around. Some people might have turned off by it, but it's natural and it's a beautiful thing. It's fine, isn't it? It is a bit gross, though. You have this organ that has been kept the baby alive for 9 months, so it's important and special. The baby is much more important and special. That's the best bit of it. Honestly, the placenta, that's... You don't need to worry about that too much. It's the baby that's worth focusing on here. There's so many women that just don't want to see it or know about it. They just throw it away. That's got a baby to look after. But why wouldn't you want that back inside you? Because I've just got rid of it. It's just been hanging around in there for months. Got rid of it. I don't want it back again. My role as a midwife is to make women's transitions into motherhood as smooth as possible. This is my passion. So I've decided to launch the business that comes naturally to me. I think you're doing a great job, you know. But I don't know. I think I probably would take the pills. Yeah, don't see why not. I just don't want the umbilical cord keepsake. No, you can keep that. That's fine. You can sell it to someone else. I don't care. Even if it was my umbilical cord. A friend of mine's umbilical cord is in the British Museum because it was the longest ever on record. Bit of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know where further to go with this. Look, the man of the week, really, thanks to my charity jump up video, is Caliber. And, so here is... oh no, it's gone. Yeah, no, it's gone. Oh, where is it? Come on. No, it's gone. Oh, it's gone. All right, so it's not Caliber, is it? Let's play a bit of classic Ed Rush. Chub Rub. That bloody jump-up video's nearly hit 100,000 views now. That is the best promo for the Caliber album I've seen, anyway. Pete B in the chat is saying that his missus has got a bottle of placenta smoothie downstairs. Is it any good? I'll drink it. Rob Humphreys, I sincerely hope so.
Oh, Pete, B, what are you doing? Get a honk on that placenta smoothie and send us a video, please. It's what the Lobster Crew need.
Lobsters.
So after this, I'm going to shout out the VIP list, and then it'd be quite nice to make this a regular Friday thing, whereby we discuss what new things we would like on the show, and you know, new features, new any guests or particular things, and let's have a little bit of a dialogue. So it gives me great pleasure to shout out the VIP list. This is a list of bad motherfuckers that are supporting the show and supporting Threshold.fm as a whole on Patreon. If you want your name on this list, support on Patreon for $10 a month and you get it here and you get shouted out at the end of every show. It's Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy beats Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Petter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, and the BDR Crew. BDR Crew, BDR Crew. Thank you so much for your support. You're all wonderful, wonderful humans. And to everyone else that's supporting on Patreon as well, you're just fantastic. And for people who are sharing the streams, people who are commenting, people who are liking, people who are making this all a fucking laugh riot. I'm truly, truly grateful. Ciarán Beardy Man is coming on in January. We're just tinkering over some dates. I mean, if you want to hassle him, go and just message him on any of his social media demanding his appearance on my podcast. I mean, yeah, if there are people you specifically want on the show, hound them on social media. Tell them, oi, go on Rankin's show. We'd like to see you on Rankin's show. Go on. All right, that's Chubra by Ed Rush. That is a freaking classic.
All right. So for those on listening on the podcast, thank you very much. You are wonderful, wonderful lobsters, and I'm very appreciative of your support. If you want to, I'm now just going to have a chat with the people on YouTube. If you want to watch that, go and find the YouTube video. Coffee and Memes Radio Show, episode number 60. All right then, YouTube. A couple of things. Joe Waits, get him on, and I can interrogate. Joe Waits says, get me on Threshold, and I can interrogate him in an upsetting way. I could do, yeah, maybe. It's this Jump Up Caliber promo of which I speak. If you go on, there is a previous episode of Coffee and Memes called "How Many More Have to Die." Luke Simmons. If you go on that, it's a couple of episodes ago on YouTube. It's the opening part of that. I've also shared it as a video on Facebook, and people are going wild for it. Okay, so a quiz was suggested last week, which I think is potentially a lot of fun. Now, one way of doing it is our man Hugh Downer, he has found a system whereby people can have a buzz-in, and that you can all be in different places, and you can have a sort of a buzzer, and it will say who's buzzed in first. So potentially what you could have is a group Skype chat. I'd maybe limit it to about 4 people, but a group Skype chat, and everyone has a buzzer, and then I could try and also get some sort of graphic scoreboard system, which would be a lot of fun. And then we could have, a drum and bass quiz. But I'm quite keen for a solution whereby everyone could play it at the same time. The thing would be, it would have to be a sort of time-sensitive thing, because obviously everyone would be able to Google stuff. But I could try and form questions that were sort of ungoogleable. Like you would have to try and guess what particular songs were by small clips or heavily affected or that sort of thing. That could be fun. Or there could be a little bit like on Have I Got News For You, where it's very zoomed in on a picture and then it goes, zooms out. Waterboard Joe Waits. I guess we could do, yeah. Make a terrible mess. He's very hairy. So if anyone has any ideas for potential solutions for making a quiz that lots and lots of people could all play at once, there are sort of apps. There are like iPhone apps that you can sort of design, and if everyone gets the app, then you can all at the same time join in to play a quiz at the same time. Although they're about £100 a month to be part of. So I think that's possibly not at the top of the list of priorities for things to spend the Patreon money on. The actual broadcast system is, sadly, I think maybe a little bit more important than that. Next thing on the agenda is I would like to, next year, take on someone in an intern capacity, someone young, someone who is maybe fresh out of a music college or something like that, that has music production skills, has some video editing, maybe some motion graphics skills, that sort of thing, can come in and be a sort of producer for the show. It would be, we'll do my best to try and get some funds together to pay stuff, at least pay costs and things like that. And I don't know, maybe it could be for a month or something like that. Basically, what I'm saying is that you're going to need rich parents for it. It's one of those sad things like journalism or the music industry or the video industry or generally any creative media industry. It's bullshit, I know, but that's why I would like to really try and get some money together. But at this stage, whereby the funds are exceptionally tight and we're trying to build stuff up, all I can offer is a small amount of money and some experience, but with hopefully, if things worked well, to be able to move on towards a paid position. The studio will be in Peckham. I'm moving studios, starting to move next week, which will mean that we'll do all days next week, but on the 21st, that will be the last show until the beginning of January. So I'll be having a week and a bit off over Christmas. But it's all Christmas and New Year's anyway. They're all falling on really funny days of it this year. Like, what have we got? Christmas is on a Tuesday. That makes no sense, And then that means New Year's Day is a Tuesday as well. So, yeah, I'll be away and moving studios and getting that all set up in between the 21st and the 2nd. So I will be back. The first show of 2019 will be on the 3rd. See, like I'm writing in the calendar here, just in case I forget. Coffee and memes. There you go. Yes, so also said yes, any suggestions for guests, any suggestions for features? Check out kahoot.it for quizzes. Waterboard beardy man. He looks like he needs a wash. Well, sake. Shouldn't be waterboarding anyone. Kahoot.it. Game pin. Create your own Kahoot for free. Kahoot.com. Okay, what's this? Make learning awesome. I don't think we're going to learn anything from this quiz. Schools, explore games, play, business, exclude, pro. Okay, it's significantly cheaper. Oh, God, these motherfuckers, they're all out here with build annually nonsense. Oh no, you can pay a bit more and it'll be billed monthly. That's nice. So you can create and play games inside your company, secure team spaces, ad-free, co-create and edit Kahoots with your team. This is probably something I should look into on my own time, really, isn't it? So we got just means not getting up early / staying awake. So this is I mean, I can spend some portion of the Patreon money on cigars and hookers if you want. I could live stream that if that's what you want to see. You know, I just want to give the people what they want. You know what I mean? Get Koo as a guest. Yes, Koo will be coming on. He said he's up for it, just at a time when he's not distressingly busy. TB as well. He said he's up for it where we can find a bit of time. Also need to harass TC a bit more. And yeah, so quiz I think would be fun. More guests. I want to do much more content like skits and funny videos and all of that sort of action. I think there's a lot of fun in that. It's just a case of finding the time to do it all, really. And so that's why it would be, amazing to have help from an intern type person. If you know someone, if you are that person, email me, will@threshold.fm. And of course, we have the new shows coming up. Joe Waits has his show on Sunday at 8 p.m. called The Mezzanine Show, which is Irregular Joe, which is him playing all manner of crack. What's the crack with Mob Tactics? No, Mob Tactics not replying to anything of mine, but then they're liking stuff. They follow me on Instagram and they're liking things and liking other tweets of mine, but not responding to them. I offer to go to the fucking park with them. It's a disgrace. It's an outrage. I don't understand.
It's appalling.
Yeah.
Get your act together.
So yeah, maybe I'll try and get Mob Tactics on the show and I could just really harass them. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll waterboard them. What was I saying? Yeah, really want to make more video content. I've got a green screen, so that's got potential hilarity. Oh yeah, you could spend the Patreon money on Russian troll farms to harass them. Yeah, that's not a bad use of funds, actually. How long do you think it will be before I'll be in a sort of Ted Crilly, Father Ted situation of being like, well, the money was just resting in my account before I put it. Yeah. Okay, well, look, obviously post all ideas or anything that you want or people that you want to see in the Lobster Crew group. If you haven't joined the Facebook Lobster Crew group, the link is in the YouTube description. That's totally fine. Don't worry about that. And I will be making some new stuff over the weekend. I love you all very dearly. Be good lobsters. Be nice to each other. Be, gentle. Be, but firm. Firm but gentle. And, just be useful, I think. Also, look, please, if you are in London, tickets to the Untangling Mental Health in Music are on sale. This is going to be really good. We've got some really good guests already and some more people lined up, hopefully, to come on. So look, I'm going to post the link here in the chat. The tickets are on sale now, and I think it's going to be a really, really good series of events. So get tickets for the first one. The first one is the 15th of January. Still fiddling about with who is going to be the exact guests for that, but you know, the guest list so far is looking really good. Eddie Temple Morris, Killer Keller, Tim Exile, Dylan King Cannibal, Matt Cantor from the Freestylers, and it's and more to come. I'm trying to get Mampy Swift. He did a Facebook live stream of his radio show, talking to Ed Friction and another guy and girl who's a girl called Christine, who works for a charity, and a guy called, I can't remember his name, but he's written a book called Surviving in the Music Industry or something along those lines. And Mampy was telling his story of his bloody of him having a rough time. Like, Friction had to have time off because of it. Mampy had a load of time off because of it, and you know, people are starting to talk about it. So I mean, send Mampy a tweet telling him to come on the show, and shit. I'd really like to sit down with him for 2 hours or whatever on a podcast and talk about it all, because he's been always been one of my favourite DJs. And it's just so interesting to have the perspective from people that have been in that position. People are just telling the same story about, you know, where stuff has gone wrong, and it's looking at trying to find a solution for all of the negative aspects of the industry and how we can mitigate it for ourselves and for the next generation of producers and DJs and performers. So I think he would be great, but he needs to reply to my DM. No one ever gets back to me on Twitter about anything. This is ridiculous. Professor David Nutt, he didn't get back to me. Joe, you're friends with him on Facebook. Harass him. Send him a message if you can. That'd be amazing. Mob Tactics, I mean, to a lesser extent. Who else did I ask? I don't know. I mean, Professor Green's going to be is part of the same thing for these mental health talks. He's doing the one the night after. Maybe I should try and harass him. Hey, do you remember I did that remix for you, Green? Hey, Green, do you remember I did that remix for you? It's done got about 8 million plays on UKF. Come on, my podcast. Hey, Greenie, come on, my podcast. Greeno. Hey, Greeno, come on, my podcast. Yeah. Cool. Right, look, guys, I will leave you to get on. You're all wonderful folk, and just listening to be witter about stuff. Feeling a bit shite and mental health issues are the same thing. Well, yeah, there's an enormous spectrum of all sorts of different issues and problems. Some related to biological, some are biological issues, some are social issues, some are self-made, some of it's an extremely complicated problem with all sorts of different contributing factors, and that's the point, to get into it so we can differentiate the things that are self-created stuff that are getting in the way, whereby you just need to sort your act out, biological issues that might potentially need medicating, issues that are more culture, more societal, more community based, like if you spend 90% of your day on your own in a room with no windows, that's probably a good start where things are going wrong. If your diet is terrible, if you have poor general physical health, I mean, there's an enormous amount of things and contributing issues. So yeah, it's not, I don't know, yeah, having an untidy bedroom and, you know, mental health issues are obviously different things, but can also be the same thing. It's complicated, man. It's complicated. What do they say?
Well, the thing is, like most things, it's complicated.
Get Spore on. That is probably a long shot, but it's worth working towards, isn't it? Cool. All right, look, guys, I'll let you get on. Thank you for being wonderful lobsters. I love you all very much, and I'll be nothing without you. So that's that, really. I'll see you next week. Have good weekends. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And that's about it, really. I love you. Goodbye.